Very good morning, children. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. So I'm getting good response from everyone. Maximum are doing. I want others also to work out well. In the last class, we have learned what is total internal reflection and critical angle, their definitions and all. So today we have to continue with the next part of the lesson. So here we have to know about how this total internal reflection are used. So that is application of total internal reflection. So one is brilliance of diamonds, the other one is optical fibers. So coming to the brilliance of diamonds. So here TIR means total internal reflection is a basic cause for the brilliance of diamond. Already we have learned the definition. What is that? So whenever an angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, so what happened there? A total internal reflection occurs. And one more thing is already I hope you remember that whenever a light ray passes from denser to rarer medium, these are the conditions for total internal reflection. So keeping that in the mind, we'll continue today's topic. The critical angle of diamond is very low. So you had a relation in the last part of the lesson. What is that? Sin C is equal to 1 by n. So here you remember about the critical angle of diamond is 24.4 degrees Celsius and the refractive index of diamond is 2.42. So one is low and one is high. And by this you have understood, I hope so. Because in that relation, sin C is equal to 1 by n, where critical angle and the refractive index are inversely related to each other. So that application here we use, what is that? Critical angle is low, whereas the refractive index of a diamond is high. So these two reasons you have to remember while you write the answer for brilliance of diamond. So by cutting the faces of diamond in such a way that every phase, the incident angle is always greater than the critical angle, we know the condition that as the incident angle is greater than the critical angle, we can see the process of total internal reflection. So if a light ray enters a diamond, it is very likely to undergo total internal reflection due to which the diamond sparkles. So another application of total internal reflection is optical fiber. So here optical fiber, we can call it as OFC. OFC means optical fiber cable. So here the basic principle for this optical fiber or a fiber cable is TIR. TIR again you have to recollect total internal reflection. So this is the basic principle of working of optical fibers. So nowadays we are using like like a broadband or whatever the fiber net and all. Whatever the cables they use this cables only for your internet connection or whatever the TV connection, TV getting the signals and all. So these all cables made up of this optical fibers only. So an optical fiber is a very thin fiber made up of a glass or a plastic having radius about a micrometer. I hope you know what is micrometer. 1 micrometer is equal to 10 power minus 6 meters. So a bunch of such thin fibers form a light pipe. Now here we'll come to the working of this optical fiber. That means optical fiber cable. I told you already. This is OFC. So optical fiber have three parts, namely core, cladding and shielding. So if you see here, this is your core. Next, this is cladding, and this is buffer and jacket. Includes what is that? Nothing but shielding only. So whenever a ray of light enters into the core with an angle of incidence greater than the critical angle. So if you see here, this is your, what is this part called? Your core. Now outside these two are the layers, outside one. If you see the incident, whatever the light incident is greater than the critical angle. Here if it is falling on this surface, what happens actually? It should take a total internal reflection. So here again, if you take this surface, again this angle also is greater than critical angle. So again it takes total internal reflection in this way. So here it is mentioned here, this is core here and this is your cladding. Okay, I hope you have understood this. So total internal reflection takes place and the light is transmitted along the fiber. How this, as it is here it is entering, and how it is taking a total internal reflection here continuously. The process goes on. So here the uses of optical fiber cables. The first use is endoscopy. So all the organs of human body are not accessible to the naked eye. So to see the internal organs of the human body which are not accessible to this naked eye of the doctor, like a throat, stomach and intestine. So there we use this optical fiber cable. So doctor inserts an optical fiber pipe into the stomach through the mouth. So what happens here? Light is sent uh, through one set of fibers in the pipe, and this illuminates the inside of the stomach, and the light from the inside travels back through another set of fibers in the pipe, and the viewer gets the image at the outer end. So that is generally fed to the computer screen. So what I have told, that's what you can see in the picture. A uh, person's endoscopy process is going on, and doctor is seeing the image of whatever maybe the stomach or a gallbladder, whatever the organ of internal which is not accessible directly to the doctor. So he studies and diagnoses and gives the medication process. So this is how the process goes on through endoscopy. So in this way, these OFCs are used in the process of endoscopy, where doctor can give a good diagnosis, and so that it is followed by medication. So optical fibers are used in transmitting communication signals through light pipes. So the basic principle of optical fiber, what we have already learned. So nowadays, as you see online videos or whatever you're watching movies like in Netflix or Amazon or Hotstar, without this optical fibers, we were no way can kill the time in this lockdown period. So we have to tell so much of thanks to the optical fibers cables. And nowadays in fiber net also they use whatever the cables we are using all comes under this optical fibers only. Next, optical fibers are used in international telephone cables laid under the sea in large computer networks. So not only this, about 2000 telephone signals approximately mixed with the light waves may simultaneously transmitted through a typical optical fiber. These typical optical fibers where we can find in like NSTL and all, whenever you happen to go there, once you can see this, your seniors, whenever like a science day, we used to go, and there they used to show these all cables, optical fiber cables and all. They have seen directly in NSTL. So when you are seeing in this slide two pictures, what is that mirage formed in a desert, a mirage in the mirage on the road. So what is a mirage? Actually, a mirage is an optical illusion where it appears that water collected maybe in the desert areas or maybe on the road, but at a distant place. But we actually go there, we don't find any water there. So here we see the illusion of water being present on the road or being present in the desert, which is a virtual image of a sky. So virtual image here is nothing but your mirage. Here the basic cause for the mirage is the variable refractive index of the medium, which leads to total internal reflection. Okay, next. The formation of a mirage is the best example where refractive index of a medium varies throughout the medium. So you have to remember a few points here. During a hot summer day, air just above the road surface will be very hot. As you go at the higher levels or higher altitudes, the temperature is cool there. It means the temperature decreases with height. So as a result of this, air increases, the density of the air increases with height, because at the higher level the temperature is less, at the lower level the temperature is more. So we know that the refractive index of air increases with the density. That is also we have learned in the last classes. So refractive index of air increases with height. So the cooler air at the top has having a greater refractive index than the hotter air just above the ground. So light should travel from a thin hot air than through the denser cool air. So when a light from a tall object such as a tree or from a sky passes through a medium just above the road where the refractive index decreases towards the ground, so it suffers a refraction and takes a curved path because of the total internal reflection. So main points what you have to remember: density of air increases with height, refractive index of air increases with the density and also with the height. So when a light from a tall object suffers a refraction and takes a curved path because of total internal reflection. So if you see here, this is a ground and it is a tree, and this is your inverted image. Here you have seen observer's eye. So here what is the point here? The refractive index decreases with depth, because here you have a hotter air, as you go up your cooler air. So density is decreasing with the depth here. So a person is here. So at here, if you see the layers, so each and every layer of the air will have a varying density. So if you have a varying density, as from this medium to this medium it goes, at every place the light ray takes refraction. So at one place what you find, the angle of incidence will be greater than the refraction, then it takes a total internal reflection. That total internal reflection appears for you as a concave shape here. This is your concave shape. This is nothing but your curve shape. So the person who is watching from here, he thinks actually that the tree is from here. This is a illusion for him. But actually what is happening here? TIR is taking place as, okay. That's the basic reason for this mirage. So children, in today's class, we have learned the applications for TIR and mirage formation. So with that, thank you children.